Good evening. We are live from the infamous Governor's Comedy Club on the infamous Hempstead Turnpike. I'm Tom Galati.
And I'm Brett Fumara. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
We have a very special guest tonight.
Who's that?
Mr. Anselmo Paulino. Good evening, Anselmo.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on the show. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, thanks.
So I have a lot of questions for you.
Make sure they're easy.
I didn't ask any ahead of the show so that it would be all new to
Right.
everyone. New to me,
Right.
new to everyone. So Anselmo is a car enthusiast.
Yep.
And he's been working in the car business for how many years?
We're going on 23 years now.
All right, cool. All right, so that's just teasing it out a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna come back to Anselmo. We're gonna ask you some questions about the car business, what you're doing now, where you've been, what you like, and we'll take it from there. How you doing, Brett?
I'm good. The Islanders are at this moment, as we're doing this, are winning. It's a beautiful thing.
How much time is left?
A couple of minutes, I believe.
My mom texted me before. There was about 10 minutes left.
The latest scores from Mom Center.
Yeah.
Kathy
Kathy Galati telling me it's 4-0. So hopefully the score stays that way because this puts the series back at 2 games apiece.
5 minutes left. Third period.
5 minutes left, third period, 4-0 Islanders. So that's great. The Islanders needed a big win tonight to put themselves back in the game. We're not going to be talking hockey tonight. That is until the end of the Islander game. We'll come back to that.
We're going to finish watching the Islander game real quick, so just stay.
Yeah, if you guys could
bear
just
with us
stand
real
by
quick.
while we watch the end of the Islander game, it's really important to us. How was
Oh!
how was your weekend? How's your weekend going, Brett?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Thankfully, today was pretty good. Nothing going on today outside of the Islander game. Son's got a hockey game tomorrow. Your daughter had a soccer game today. How was that? 90 degrees.
It was hotter than I thought.
I was going to say, did they predict? I thought the hot day was supposed to be for tomorrow.
Right.
And then it's 10 a.m. and I got 86 degrees on my phone. I'm like, I didn't know we lived in Miami all of a sudden.
Walked out
Here
onto
we
the
are.
field in Holtzville. So this is my daughter Vanessa played a game against Sachem in Holtzville.
Uh-huh.
So they win the game 2-1. Very good game. The other team was very good. Vanessa's team's very good. But I was telling. Apparently, someone's on my front lawn right now.
Are they okay? Are they supposed to be there?
We could check
Is
that
it the
out.
kids?
We'll put that on live. Anselmo and I were talking about this before when we were watching the game a little bit, how some people get really heated up about kids' sports.
Absolutely.
And when someone from my daughter's team scored to tie it up, to make it 1-1, the other coach was livid. He thought there should have been a call for tripping. I don't think it was an intentional trip. And the coach got so excited, he quickly got a yellow card. And that turned into a red card. He got thrown off the field. And then 3 parents came to his defense.
Sure.
They got thrown off the field. So it was a pretty exciting game. But it's like, you don't want to have that in front of the kids,
No.
Because even when my daughter says, like, if she loses a game, she'll come back and say, yeah, the ref was terrible. And you know what? Maybe 1 in 15 games, there's a bad call from a ref at that age.
Absolutely, and it's a part of it. You're going to get those calls, and sometimes they're going to go against you. It's a matter how you bounce back from it.
Right. Sylvester Stallone said that, right, in Rocky?
I believe so.
I mean, how many times you get hit? It's
So,
how would he say it, Brett?
It's not how hard you hit. It's not how hard you get hit. It's how you get back up. Right? Something like that.
After you get hit.
After you get hit.
That's it.
Let's go! And then, hearts on fire. And then the training montage, all that. Yeah, so just tell Vanessa to do that.
Right.
Right?
That would be my advice to her.
And just start blaring it. on
Poor
the phone.
Poor Sally's trying to modulate the mics as Brett's screaming.
Sorry,
I
Sally.
know. I was like,
Sorry. Ride the mic. Here we go. Ride the pot. There we go.
Okay.
Let's go! Run! I'll move back. I should be smarter than that. If only I did this for a living and to know to back up a little bit.
So, all right. So let's start talking cars.
Who's at your door? First of all, who's at
I
the
should
door?
see who's at my door while we.
what
start
Amazon
asking Anselmo.
package are you
What is
getting?
it?
right.
What did you get today?
It's the
What did we
47th
get today?
47th delivery from Amazon today.
Jeez.
Let's see. I wonder if
Because I don't know if you've seen these where you are. I've seen them where I am. There are people on Segways on those the hoverboards going door to door now, and I don't know what they're selling. I don't know what they're doing, but I've seen 3 or 4 of them all around the area in the past week or so.
I had a guy selling pest control stuff that way, and he came up real slick, rolled up on the Segway
Uh-huh.
right up my driveway. I don't know if he, and someone lives not too far from me.
I don't want to talk about it.
All right, sorry.
And he comes in, he's selling pest control stuff, and he's like getting my wife. Okay. All right. So he doesn't want to talk about this because he had someone roll up in his driveway. So right away, he's like, well,
So you know about this.
I'm sure you don't want
I'm
these.
fully aware of this.
Okay,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
I
So
basically,
is it what Tom said?
It's a
All right, so it's
I
pest
was
control.
this close to either calling the police or punching him in the face or both.
Okay.
He was this like snotty little kid, looked like he was like 23,
Uh-huh.
and he had an answer for everything. So I applaud him for being prepared.
Uh-huh.
But he's like, well, if you don't have these in your basement right now, it's
I'm going to
it's
unleash
May,
them in your basement.
Right.
It's May
So that you have to
20th,
call
May
me.
25th. Right. So he's basically like, all right. And now for me, I'm like, all right, there's a couple spiders or sprickets or whatever in the
Uh-huh.
basement. I'll take care of it.
Sure.
Right. And of course, right away, my wife is like, well, then they're going to multiply and then they're going to infest in our attic. Because you heard him. He
Your
just
wife
said.
said your wife's the perfect customer. Too
Right.
bad she wasn't out there when.
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
So finally, she was like, well, honey, I think maybe we should invest in this because this sounds like a great thing for us to be doing right now. And I said, if this guy doesn't get the fuck out of my driveway. No, it was, yeah, so I think that's who that person was.
Okay.
Right.
I'll
Okay.
take it.
All right. And
It's something. It's an
we
answer.
won't
It's
ask
more than
him-
what I have.
We won't ask Anselmo about this.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got
But-
me.
This conversation, part of the conversation, never happened. So anyway,
No.
cars.
So let's talk about cars. So Anselmo knows a little something about cars.
A little bit.
How did you, so let's start with what do you do now?
So currently, I am the parts and service director at King O'Rourke in Smithtown. Cadillac, General Motors, Buick, GMC.
Okay. And how long have you been there?
Been there since November, the beginning of November. So a couple of months. Well, 8 months or so.
And what were you doing before this?
I also used to run an import store, Infinity store. So I've been doing this a little bit. I've started with domestics in back when I was 18, going through college. I worked at Saturn, if everybody
Sure.
remembers that.
That's how I got which Saturn dealership?
One in New Jersey on Communipaw in Jersey City,
My
New
wife
Jersey.
loved her Saturn. She actually had two Saturns.
Yeah.
She had a little red Saturn, the sporty one. What was
Yeah.
that called?
The SC1 or
SL1 or
something
an
like
SL2.
that.
I think the coupes were SC1 or SC2.
Yeah,
She
it was
loved
1
that.
and 2, so it was
Right.
either a single cam engine or a twin cam engine. That's where the
think she had
2
single.
came from.
See,
Yeah, she loved
here
it.
comes the hot car talk.
Yeah,
We're talking
here we
cams
go.
now.
Yeah,
Talking
so,
Saturn.
yeah.
So we never talked about this, but I got my start in the car business at Saturn of Hempstead.
Oh,
My
really?
sister was selling cars there, and I think she started as like a receptionist or something. Like my sister has a degree in automotive engineering,
Oh, wow.
and she wanted to be in the car business. She started off at Saturn, and then they were looking for someone in the service department. I was washing cars. Remember how every car came in for service, got a car wash?
Yep.
It's a little more
Oh, yeah.
commonplace now, but at the time it was pretty innovative, I think, right?
Yes.
Back in like, this was 94 for me when I was working there.
Okay.
And it was like, it felt like it was a different kind of car company, right? It was like the one, here's the price and that's it.
yeah,
You
it
weren't
was-
negotiating.
It's like cult following a little bit, more like like Subaru, that particular style
Right.
of following.
Right.
I did have a side note that I figured it would kind of work with what we got. I used to service Ken, and what's his name, the comedian.
Ken Ober.
No. I
Oh yeah,
forgot his name.
Ken Oberman.
I thought his name was
Ken Ober
Nord.
from MTV.
Ken-
Remote control.
I'll get his name, but he's a famous comedian. It'll come back to me as I'm. And he used to have a.
And he had a Saturn?
He had a Saturn starting. I think his name was Ken Nord or something like that.
Ken Jong.
Was he Asian?
No. I forgot.
There's
his
another
name. So-
guy who was in Role Models, and there's another guy that I'm thinking of, like a big guy.
Yeah.
All right, I think we might be able to figure out who that is. Look up Role Models on IMDb. And can we see the stream up there, Sally, of any questions or
I
comments?
hope there's very.
Yeah,
minimal.
do you want to
Oh, good.
look on
Tony
the...
Walker's watching.
Actually,
Thanks, Tony.
I'm dying to get him to start.
yeah, do you want me to
tuning
go
into
to
these shows.
Facebook to see what's going on in there?
I guess if you don't mind, just to see.
I don't mind.
I got Facebook over here. What do you need, buddy?
All right. No, just yeah. So I guess maybe you could stay there, Sally. Whatever is easier. Yeah. So it's funny that you started. What made you want to get the job at Saturn? Was it just like an
I was
opportunistic
just
thing?
it was an opportunity. I was a car guy I was working on cars. Prior to that, and during all of that through college, we built cars. We built a couple of Hondas for road racing, things like that. I worked at a speed shop.
Oh,
and
that's
then
cool.
after that,
Like
it
Fast
kinda,
and Furious kind of thing.
Yeah, like
You were living life a quarter mile at a time.
Similar to that, minus all the paint and the glamour and the girls
And the hot girls.
yeah, and the hot girls.
Very similar.
Other than that, it's exactly like
It's
Fast and
exactly
Furious 1.
literally yes, yeah,
Right.
yeah, spitting image. So at the time, that's what I was doing. I was going to college, Jersey City State.
Woo!
And yeah, I think it's New Jersey something college now. Now it's a real college. And then it kind of just snowballed after that, you know. I met my wife when I was doing all that, and then I kind of transitioned from New Jersey to Brooklyn, and then that's kind of where it all. It's kind of where it all started getting a little bit bigger, and I worked at a couple of stores in, obviously in Brooklyn. And as I moved to Long Island, I wanted obviously
Trying
to get
to
closer,
get to where you live, right?
Correct, closer for a better way of life and a better home life, obviously.
Right. And we started talking about this yesterday a little bit, and we didn't really get a chance to elaborate, but I think this is perfect to start talking about this. Cars are so technical and computerized at this point, right?
Correct. Yo, yeah.
So the technician working on your car, right? I feel like when we were younger, even the times when we were both at Saturn, it would be, you'd be looking at someone who's like a real gearhead, right? And now it's kind of more of a computer technician.
Yeah.
right?
Let me
Like,
just plug this in right here and see what's wrong with it.
right,
Yeah.
and then it comes up. There's the
Yep.
code. It
Yeah,
says
we need the guy from Best Buy now
Geek,
versus
Geek Squad, right?
the guy with all the tattoos that smells like gasoline. I need the other dude.
Right, right. Give me the geeky looking kid over there,
yep.
right?
The little skinny one that can't pick up a tire. I
Right.
need him.
Him.
The one that
who
looks
I
like
want.
Harry Potter?
Him.
Yep,
Him.
that's the one.
Yep. Harry
two of
Potter,
him.
exactly. Yep. Two, three of them is what I need. Yeah.
And how are they getting into the business now? Because I feel like it's, you could go to a car show and you see young kids who are into it, right? Like you see young kids rolling in a car, whether it's an older car or an import, but it doesn't seem like it's that same cult following, perhaps like we had when we were younger, that we grew up in, being into cars. So how are young people getting into the automotive repair business now?
So there's a spew of different ways. Some of them are just coming in fresh. Most of them are going through like a BOCES or like a technical school.
Right.
And then they're geared depending on the manufacturer. General Motors happens to have a program, or let's say like a schooling for it, and then that will guide them. And then we pick up, we have scouts or whatever you want to call them. We pick them up as we go, and then you pick them up fresh. So
Right.
no bad habits, or
Right.
at least none that you know of.
Right. None in
And
the
then,
none in the automotive field.
Yeah, and
They're
something
saving
that
that for once they're hired, and they'll
Exactly.
let you know.
Got some
all
money,
about
got some
that.
money to spend.
yeah, it's it. Yeah, you know the forecast. You know the climate
Yeah.
nowadays. Now with everything going on, it's a little bit different than it used to be. But for the most part, something that we do a little bit different at King O'Rourke is that we try to set them up. It's not easy, obviously, because of, again, where we are right now in the world. Is we try to set them up with a, I don't know, how do you say, a sponsor, or like somebody to look forward to, somebody
Right, like a
basically
mentor who's there at the-
mentor that's the older gentleman that will, tell him exactly what to do, and we try to get him to obviously take as much testing as possible,
Right, so
and
like-
as much learning, because now it's not, there's the hands-on portion of the repairs are great, but you basically need to know how to read and write.
Yep.
Like, so if you don't,
Right.
those
That's-
days are of like, I pull a transmission out in 6 minutes. I'm like, well, we don't do that.
Right, right,
I'm not sure what that means,
right.
So it's a little bit different, but again, it's going with the times, and it's got to get done.
And what do you think is so? When you think about how dealerships are trying to differentiate themselves now, like King O'Rourke, what do you think is unique about King O'Rourke in terms of like your service or parts or anything like that?
Right.
Is it like, when you think about people buying cars online now, are you guys like delivering cars to people that are buying them online, or repeat
Yeah.
customers just
Yeah,
showing
so-
up with the swap for the lease kind of thing?
Yeah, so they do, on the sales side, they do a lot of like concierge service, especially on the Cadillac side. General Motors and let's say Buick are a little bit more just the normal version of it.
Right.
But Cadillac is obviously got to keep up with the times. We're competing with BMW and Mercedes. So anything and everything that these clients want, we pick up, we drop off, we flatbed any Cadillac anywhere. We have 2 flatbeds that run 24 hours a day. So if the guy gets a flat
jockeying
tire,
cars, whatever.
yeah, if the gentleman calls in and gets a flat tire, almost anywhere on the island, our guys will go and just change the tire. We'll give them a loaner tire, bring it in,
Right.
redo the tire in the morning, and then drop it back off to them. So we may never see the client, which is great.
Right.
Just one less person in front of us.
Right.
Obviously, what's going on, but same thing on the General Motors side for our clients. We kind of tighten up the radius. I'm not going to drive into New York City, but I will drive to maybe one of the closest Hamptons.
Right.
To do that, especially for good clients,
Right.
because the store's been around for almost about 40 years. We got our 40th year anniversary.
Wow.
It's owned by Mr. King, and they're all about customer service. They're all about client satisfaction. So they'll go out of their way for their customer, and even we'll go out of our way if you didn't get it from us, and you're in my area. I'll go the extra mile for anybody. I'll go the extra mile for you guys if you guys.
All right.
That's really nice. That's good to know. What about
cute.
Sally? Would Sally?
Anybody that has a car that we know.
It's funny. Like at one point, our neighbors in our old house, the Gallaghers. I remember they got the the Cadillac, one of the sedans that was pretty sporty, like the CTV. I'm not familiar with all the
CTSV
different
maybe.
CTSV. And I remember I was saying, "Oh, that's really cool. That's sharp. I like those." And I remember my wife was kind of like, "Oh, I didn't know like Cadillac got sporty or something like that," or, she was unfamiliar. And I was just even thinking like now it's different. I feel like when we were younger, Cadillac was like the gold standard, right? And it might still be that way, right? From
Right.
like quality and service and things like that. But I just remember everyone used to use that across like other lines of business, be like, well, it's the Cadillac of
Correct.
whatever, it's the Cadillac of stoves, it's the Cadillac
Yeah,
of
yeah.
air conditioners. So I feel like they did a really good job. And actually, this just came up. I think at Easter, my parents were both from Brooklyn, and my dad picked my mom up driving a '65 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and she thought my dad was loaded because
yeah.
she's like, oh, who's this Italian kid driving around Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. In a 60 brand new
30-footer.
Right. Those cars were literally like 20 some odd feet. And I think Cadillac just did a great job, very early on of saying like this was the gold standard of everything. And it was just, that's the Cadillac of whatever,
Yeah, they've come a long way. It's not what, it's a completely different car now. Now they have a host of different cars for everyone. Normally everybody's like, it's a Cadillac. You run over a crater, you won't feel it. But now we got some sporty cars. We got fast cars. We got sporty cars. We got SUVs. I mean, we got a 21 Escalade, probably the hottest truck on the market right now.
Yeah.
They're like 10 weeks out, back order.
Wow.
It's gorgeous
And
truck.
sticker
It has-
on that is what, like a
they're
buck
between
15, 115
yeah,
grand?
90 to 115 in that area. If
Right.
you go like a platinum version.
That's pretty crazy,
Yeah,
right? To just think
gorgeous
about
truck.
just a car that you see so many of them on the road. It's not.
I mean, it's phenomenal, especially from the technology. It drives itself. It's got a 37-inch OLED high definition front screen dual panel.
Wow.
It's outrageous.
37 inch, you said?
37 inches. It's about yay wide. 2 panels.
That's
single
bigger than
panel.
the one I have in my office at
Yeah,
home.
you can you can swing and swipe different. It's like real. Yeah, it's cool
Yeah.
stuff.
That's really cool.
Gorgeous truck, and it's a Cadillac. So
Yeah.
It's the Cadillac.
It's the Cadillac
That's right.
of
It's
Cadillac.
the-
It's the
that's the
Cadillac of
Cadillac.
trucks.
It's the Escalade of Cadillac.
That is
Wait a minute, hold on.
that is a
Cadillac of
phenomenal
SUVs.
truck. Yeah. So, and we got some new cool stuff. We're going all electric. We're also sorry I didn't want to. I said let's plug this. We're also a Hummer dealer. Since you guys, I don't know if you've been reading, but we got this outrageous Hummer coming.
Yeah.
out.
That's the one with the
All
four-wheel
electric.
steering and
It
right.
is going to be completely, nothing that anybody's ever seen.
And
Full
is-
electric.
This is what
And
like looks like
electric, okay.
right.
Yeah, 4-wheel steering. I think the range is like 300 or something like that. It's going to be outrageous. We have to retro the facility for like I think 15 to 20,000 pound lifts.
Wow.
the charging systems it's going to be crazy. Yeah, so that's again, here we go back to the caliber of employees that we need.
Right.
Like what's he going to take out of that other
Right.
than a battery the size of this office?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what do you pull out of that? You're not pulling a motor out. You're not going to be dirty when you're done. So
Right.
so yeah, it's going to be fun. The future holds a lot of great things for us.
It's funny. I feel like right when the transition was happening towards electric vehicles, and like as a traditional type of like V8 60s era, car guy, I was like, oh, this is terrible. And then the first cars on the scene, of course, were like the Prius. But like now, you see that the SUV for Tesla, and you're like, oh, that's pretty sharp,
cool car.
right?
I mean, it's got those crazy doors, like
Right.
half Lamborghini doors,
Yeah.
Right.
straight up. Though.
So like it looks cool. Now you got the instant torque where it's like 0 to 60
Yeah.
in 2.7 seconds, right? It's like a golf cart. And now you're looking at cars like, either I've just saw the 2022 Ford Lightning. I don't know if you've seen that. All electric.
No, I saw the Mustang. That's supposed to be pretty.
Right, that's
pretty cool.
the Mach-E, which
Yeah.
actually the guy we had on 2 weeks ago, Dennis Healy, he just bought one and he loves it.
Really nice.
And some of those are all-wheel drive too, which is cool.
Yeah,
But like this new Hummer, I've seen the commercial for it, and it's
yeah,
just
it's
like,
gonna be lights out. I
It's
mean,
pretty crazy.
I haven't seen one in person, but they're all sold out. All the pre-orders are sold out.
Is that right? And
Yeah.
when do you envision people starting to take delivery on those?
So we're supposed to be about 12 to 18 months out, but they keep pushing it. I think there's some delays in production for whatever
Right.
reasons. So that's supposed to be the forecast, about another year.
Nice.
Yeah. So currently, that's what we got. I mean, it's a great line. I mean, we have basically every single General Motors product.
Right.
I'm working on supercharged CT6Vs, which are really cool for everybody.
Right. Those are really cool.
We got, and everybody that drives them's got like 1,100 miles on it. It's like seven,
Right, 'cause they're not-
2017 comes in with 12, 15, 16. I got one in there for 4,000 miles on
Oh my
it.
God.
Wow.
The guy's like, please.
They just baby
please
them,
don't
right?
do nothing.
Yeah. Don't,
I said,
right.
I said, I won't do anything to it, I promise. So,
Yeah. So coming up on 6:00, maybe it's a good time we do a live read for
Sure.
personal
Little
touch.
personal touch
Maybe-
car wash.
Right when you're pulling that up, can you read off the phone number again for not the personal touch car wash? The phone number for here, it's 516-465 in case anyone wants to call in.
3990 516-465-3990.
Right, if you want any more hot Cadillac talk, or if you want to speak to this hot guy at the end here,
Yeah,
Anselmo Polino. So if you have any questions about service on a new vehicle, so much has changed too. So if anyone's thinking about getting a first oil change at like 8,000 miles, seems so foreign for some people, or whatever
Right.
it is, right, for the first. So if you have any questions about servicing a new type of vehicle, please feel free to call in, and you can talk to the man himself sitting at the end of the table.
So Personal Touch Car Wash, before we continue that, they've been a sponsor since show one.
Yes,
And it's been
they've been with us. It's been a long, crazy
it's
ride.
been great.
Now here we are, show
Six,
4.5.
six, a solid 6 shows. Lucky number
Yeah,
6.
they've been with us
And
all along. The ups, the downs.
It's really something. We thank them for their support, of course. And we'll be giving away a couple of free car washes in just a little bit. But Personal Touch Car Wash, East Northport, on 1977 East Jericho Turnpike in Bohemia, 1261 Lakeland Avenue. They have unlimited washes, perfect for this time of year or any year. $23.95 a month they start at. They also do full service detailing. Personal Touch Car Wash, where a dirty car
is a dirty shame.
that's right. And elwoodcarwash.com if you'd like to go visit them yourself.
Yeah, they're actually right by you, Anselmo. You know those guys.
Zip.
This is the one by Bagel Boss across from
from the bowling alley. I love those guys.
that
the one?
No, those guys are terrible.
No.
I'm talking about. I'm just trying to think if there is a bowling alley over. No, you're talking about further east on Jericho by Comac. These guys at Elwood, like right in your backyard. Well, actually,
okay. By the bagel place.
yes,
Across from the bagel place.
from Bagel Boss.
Okay.
You love
On-
them too.
Yeah.
on
No.
Jericho
oh, yeah.
Turnpike, right?
Well, that's correct.
Okay. I'm just sharing the show out a little bit more because we are also. So we're on. Actually, it's a good opportunity too. We're on Facebook today, right? In addition to
We
Gov
are.
Radio. However, there's a good public service announcement for all of our loyal listeners, both of them, right? my mom and dad,
Correct.
Sally, Tony. Right now, I think we have Anselmo's wife
Right.
and 2 kids might be watching.
2 kids. I got a couple of friends of mine's on.
Now I feel bad I dropped the F-bomb before.
That's all right. They'll be all right. They probably.
I don't think my wife and kids are watching because that's who walked by my Ring doorbell before. I think they're like, oh, good, the show's on.
The show's on. Everybody outside.
Everyone outside. Let's
Get
go.
'em out. Come
We're
on,
gonna
kids.
Go play.
Go outside and play.
Let's get some fresh
Yeah.
air.
Yeah. No, they usually watch, and I know my mom and dad were watching, as I mentioned before. But just to let everyone know, we're moving to govsradio.com exclusively very soon. So for a while, we've been on both, right? So from the very beginning, our show and a lot of the other shows here have been on govsradio.com. When I first started watching the shows here, and when my show first launched, when our show first launched, it was only it was on Govs Radio, it was on Facebook and a few others. What we're learning though is that Facebook has so many rules. Like I don't know if you've been, Brett, like you have some friends that end up in Facebook jail
Absolutely.
because they said something even though it was true, and they got a shot, but the way they worded something made them seem like, went against their standards or policies. And there have even been people here that play a song that they have the rights to, but, with the algorithms and everything with Facebook, they're like, wait, we don't know if you have the rights to this, so we're just going to stop your stream. We're going to shut you down. We're going to put you in Facebook jail. So there's so many hoops that you have to jump through to stream your show without any problems on Facebook exclusively. We're going to continue to keep it on there for a little while on and off, but the full vision is to go to govsradio.com where you can comment and like and share just like you would have before. We're still going to promote the shows on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. If we ever find a funny clip from our show, we'll put it on YouTube.
Right, we're still waiting for it.
Right,
So once we
so-
find it, though,
Sally, keep
we'll get it
listening.
out there.
All right. So just you have your headphones on right now. If you think something is remotely funny on the show, maybe
Welcome to laugh.
just feel free to laugh.
Feel free to chime in.
Just chime in. Feel free to make a notation and say, hey, Tom and Brett finally said something funny at 37 minutes and 12
Right.
seconds. And we'll put that, if we ever find a funny clip, that clip will be on YouTube.
There you go.
Right?
I hope so.
All right. So that phone number, again, if anyone wants to call, 516-465-3990. Except if you're on Anselmo and my softball team, please don't call in.
Yes, please. Or comment.
Yeah. Don't comment. Don't call
Don't
in.
comment. Don't call in, please.
You guys are that good, huh? You don't
Yeah,
wanna,
we're
you
that
don't,
good.
don't want to brag about it?
100%.
Right. And we were playing doubleheader one night a week. Actually, I told my wife that we played 3 nights a week just so that it was easier to
Right.
get out of the house. I said,
Correct.
listen, it's a very strict schedule.
Right.
6 games a week, doubleheader, 3
Right.
nights in a row. So that just helped me sneak out of the
That's
house.
very smart. That's a good idea.
So if you're watching, honey, those games were great. We went all the way to the state.
Yeah.
We have
Oh,
the
yeah.
state finals coming up in Miami next
It's
weekend.
so weird. You had no idea that they had state
South
finals for
Beach
this kind of stuff,
next
but they
week.
did.
Although I think after like 3 or 4 beers after we got mercied out of the last playoff game, I think we all made that joke and said, "Hey, we should say we made it to the finals in South Beach."
Yeah, we
But
didn't
it's next February, I think. That's when we have to go.
we didn't even get to finish the beers, and I think we only brought 12 beers. It was like 16 of us.
Oh, my
Right.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I went. Wait a
It
minute,
was
I'm
like-
up again. I gotta go back out there. I'm like,
Right.
this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I came for the drinking,
Correct.
not the actual playing.
Right. The playing, not so
yeah,
much.
Yeah.
Softball, schmoffball. We got a drink.
We got
That's right.
tricked into thinking this was a beer league from our friend Brendan.
Yeah. He
And
hoped, yeah.
he was like, "Hey guys, this is gonna be great. Just get out of the house, have a few beers, play softball, have a few laughs."
Mm-hmm.
So everything was accurate except for the taking it easy on the field part.
Right.
Because I
Right.
remember it was like the first inning, and Selmo leans over to me. We didn't know that many people there, and he's like, "This is not what I signed up for. This is
Yeah.
not. This is way."
I told my
this guy's
wife-
got no cleats. He just shows up and
I
like
show up literally out of work, black polo, black pants,
he was like,
shoes on. Because I'm like, yeah, this is supposed
Right,
to
we're
be.
just
what
gonna
is-
hit a few
he's like,
dingers.
This is really like,
"Guys, this
like
is just
low.
getting out of the house.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, yeah, I'll go have a couple beers with you. Any excuse to have
right.
beer.
Have a
you know
good
what I mean?
time."
So,
Don't trust Brendan.
yeah, not the
No.
case.
Or don't
Not-
trust Tom.
No.
Tom's
No.
absorption
Right.
absorption
Pull-
of
yeah.
the information.
Pulled a hammy. I could
my
barely
God.
move the next
Yeah, that was a
day.
rough game.
It was tough.
We met
But
Chip.
listen, we had a lot of fun.
Chip, our pitcher. I don't know if Chip's
Fun.
Chip's watching because we sent it out on the softball thread.
I hope he's watching.
Chip, if you're watching, we hope your fingers are doing better. Broke 2 fingers with
How'd he do
the
that?
Two digits.
line drive right off the bat, right to his digit 3 and 4, I think.
Did he realize he has a glove, or
Yeah, he could have used the glove. Might have been better. Better to have that come from you and not us because,
Yeah.
you just said it behind his back? Is that all?
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, yeah.
I think we were all calling
Came
him
in quick though. The
Right.
ball came in
Of course.
Yeah.
pretty fast.
Of course.
and thankfully, as soon as he rushed off the field, took his hand and what do you do, Anselmo? Goes
Took
right
it.
in the
Right in-
cooler, right in the cooler of beers.
Right. In the fresh beers.
Blood beer.
Blood beer,
Right.
right in the height of COVID. Actually, you said I think
I wasn't worried about COVID at that
he
point.
said I think COVID's the last thing we got to worry about now.
I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to drink 2 beers, and now we can't drink no beers. I don't understand. This is insanity. I came specifically for the beer.
yeah,
I'm like, I would have just got you the ice if you would have given
Right,
me
of course.
a split
give it a
second.
30 seconds, right?
One
would've
split
gotten you
second. I
big-
would have gave.
Or how about
I
a-
would have gave you all the ice.
Right.
I would have drank the beer warm.
Did he even go, hey, you guys mind if I...
He didn't.
Nothing.
No, he
Just-
ran straight to it.
I got him.
Ow.
I was sitting out that inning. I got him a Band-Aid for his finger because it's just like a big blister bleeding under his nail.
Uh-huh.
And I took it out and I was like literally like undoing it and handing it to him. And he says, "Can you put it on?" And this guy is much
yeah.
bigger than I am.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Big dude.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I get it. Line drive
Yeah.
at his fingers. Later found out they were broken.
Right.
You know, a lot of sympathy. But he's like, "Can you put it on, Tom?" And I was like, "I'm not putting this on your finger right now. You're bleeding right now
Yeah.
profusely."
I didn't want to say anything.
I didn't
but
have gloves.
It was like this big, the Band-Aid. He needed a roll of duct tape. That's what he really needed. He needed
needed
the
an
duct
ace
tape, the
bandage,
4
duct
digits.
tape,
Because I'm
right.
looking at it, I'm like,
Yeah, I
what
was
is
like,
that going to
right?
do?
I'm like,
That'll
yeah.
help.
It was
Like,
like one of
that's
the
gonna
little
do
pinky
anything.
ones. I'm like, "Hey, you need this, Chip?"
Yeah.
his
I'm like,
fingers.
just put a glove on or just duct tape your hand and then let's move on.
Just
Yeah.
sit on it, reset
Yeah, I
it.
felt bad for him,
that.
but
Yeah,
that's what he wanted. He wanted to be the pitcher.
he wanted to be the pitcher. He's yeah.
We learned a big lesson that day.
That's
So,
right.
by the way, officially the Islanders won 4-1.
Correct.
So I don't know if you had
Ooh,
that up.
ooh.
Let's go Islanders.
Your mom texted me, so I got the info.
wait, what?
So it's good.
My mom texted you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So that's good. I get all my scores from her.
That's
I was gonna
awkward.
say,
That's right.
All
So
right.
It's
now
a
we go.
different show.
That's right.
All right,
She said,
so
"Tell Tom, in case he doesn't get this.
Yeah.
The Islanders won.
I think
4-1.
you're with Tom. He does his show that we don't watch anymore.
If you do see him,
Yes.
Let
tell
him know.
that they won.
Yeah. So actually, we
That's
could say
funny.
hi to Matt Murillo. Right. We were just at my buddy Matt's in Hicksville. So I went to high school with Matt, and Mike Perino was there. I went to elementary school with Mike Perino, and Nadine was there. Who it's the first time I was hanging out with Nadine.
Same. Isn't that
Yeah.
great?
Yeah. It was really nice.
We'll never forget that day.
No, but it was
Remember
fun.
that day we all met Nadine?
Yeah. But I'm saying hello in case in the odd chance. I think they probably switched
But
it
you
over.
went
and
to
they're watching
school
the
with
Met
her
game
brother?
now. Yes, with Chris Fotopoulos. Nice Italian kid, Chris Fotopoulos. I bet you they're probably watching the Met game right now before Matt has to go to work. But in case, in the odd chance that any of you are putting the show on right now, hello Matt, and thanks for the awesome kielbasa. He knows what that means. He actually made kielbasa and pierogies.
Yeah.
So it was kind of an odd thing for an Islander playoff game, right? Usually wings,
Whatever.
tater tots.
Can't go wrong with tots.
I guess if you're Polish and you're an Islander fan, that's what you'd normally have. Right?
I would think
That
so.
was-
Yeah.
that was-
Matt's
kinda same
Polish,
thing.
So?
right? He's,
And that's
I
what
think
we
his
had.
mother's. I think his mother's Polish.
And that's what.
Majewski, something like that. That would be Polish, right? Or
Sure.
all right, because Murillo, not Polish.
No.
But I think,
Italian?
I think Matt's mom. I think Matt's mom is Polish. She likes the.
Kielbasa. There you go.
Glad you said it, not me.
What? That's what we had today.
Yes.
We had kielbasa.
Kielbasa, pierogies, watching the Islander game at Matt's in Hicksville. So shifting gears. Let's getting back into the car business again. I told Anselmo I was going to grill him. He's like, "What kind of questions are you going to ask me?"
Make them easy.
Well, actually, you know what?
'em easy.
Before we do that, this way we can end that way, and we can give away some car washes at the end. I think we have five more to give away.
Okay.
I want you can plug Mrs. Paulino's business
Oh yeah, my wife is
because I
logged
told her
in.
you
She
could
told me
mention-
she was logged in.
All right, I told you can. I told Anselmo. I said, "Listen, I got to have you on the show. You could plug the clothing line."
Whoa. What kind of clothing line? What do we got?
My wife is just started a clothing line with her partner. It's called HelloDoll.com. I'm sorry, HelloDollClothing.com.
Okay.
I don't want to start plugging other people's
No,
stuff.
we don't need that.
And end up on homeless. I'm gonna end up. They work it
You
out.
said the wrong name.
You-
Tonight it'll
you
be
dumb.
Tom.
what she's gonna
Can I
say.
sleep at your house tonight? 'Cause
Right.
then Christine,
Yeah, in the
Christine
pool-
locked the door.
In the pool house, I'm gonna sleep. It's a female clothing company for anywhere between 18 years old all the way up until where they're at, 30, 40, 50. My mom wears it, so my mom's in her mid 60s, early 60s. I am end up out of the will too now. And then her mom's also in her early 60s as well.
Very early.
Very,
So
very
practically-
He doesn't even look
practically late
like
50s.
it.
Maybe.
Doesn't even look
Doesn't
like
look a day over
yeah,
50.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
No.
So that's it. We run it out of one store in Long Island, which is in our house.
Yep.
And another one in Staten Island. And again, it's called HelloDollClothing.com.
And I can
And-
join your squad right now. I save 20% off
That's right.
when I log into the website right here.
Yes,
That's
if
what it
you
is.
want a pair of tights or anything like
I
that.
did. I was just saying to Tom right
I
before
was-
we got
right.
here.
Like
I
a
mean-
jumper.
Tom, where do I
jumper,
get a good
maybe?
jumper?
Right, a
Right.
good jumper, a beach, whatever the romper. I think
Romper?
they're called.
Oh, I said jumper. It's a
I know
romper?
a little bit stuff. I'm the delivery man.
Sally, do you have any
Okay.
rompers?
Yeah.
Not for 47 years.
Wow.
Well,
Well, if
guess
you go
what?
to-
Your luck has changed. Today's
you
the
go to-
day.
It's changed.
If you go to HelloDollClothing.com, you can get yourself a romper.
Nice.
No, but it is cool stuff. Giovanna has bought
Really
stuff
great
from
stuff. Yeah.
from Christine, and so
Yes.
it is some very cool, fashionable, trendy
very
stuff.
cool, loungy stuff. It's going
It's
out.
like a
and
like a
stuff.
chill vibe, right?
Exactly.
Like anything from going out to beach. I'm like trying to finish your sentence here. You're like it's very. I'm like fashionable beach
store. Yep.
clothing,
Got
Clothes, hat,
it. Flag.
right?
Tights.
Winery, right?
fun, wife.
That's right.
All right.
Hello.
Let's play
Hello.
Mad
Hello.
Libs. You could wear it. You could wear it to the vineyard. Right. All right. So that's cool. All right. So we plugged.
Yes,
plugged the
that's
clothing
it.
line.
I think we got all the boxes checked.
Checked all the boxes.
I think we're good.
All right. So let's get talking about Kielbasa. We could talk about Matt's mom.
Right. We did that. No,
Yeah, we
that's
did
done.
that
Cross
already.
it off.
Yeah, you got that off the
I
agenda.
got my mom in there.
Your mom.
Your
we
mom's
talked
in
about-
appreciate
there.
you guys
about-
not chiming
We
in.
got Tom's mom in
I
there.
got
with
my
the
wife's
scores.
mother. I got my in-law.
I've never
in
met
there.
your mom or mother-in-law, so I don't want to.
Yeah. No, they're
They're good though.
Yeah, they're
Everything's
all right.
good?
All
Okay.
right, good.
Cross it off the list. We're
That's
good.
it. We're all set on those.
We got-
What else we got?
Is Tom watching?
I told Tom to watch.
Is he watching?
Yeah, I don't know. He might be
So
working.
we could rag on him for a
We'll
little
rag
while.
on him. Don't worry, you'll have enough fun ragging on him tomorrow. Tomorrow will be fun. We're going golfing with a couple of buddies.
Oh boy.
So early.
Early.
6:30.
Of course.
We got to get in early.
Gotta
and
get
out.
on. Gotta get on the
That's it.
links early.
This is the good. It's like the get in and get out.
Right.
You get in, have some fun, and then get out.
couple
Playing
beers
18,
and leave.
playing
Because-
9. What are you doing?
I
We're gonna play
think
18.
we're gonna try
We're
18.
gonna try.
We're gonna try for 18
Try
because
for
I feel like
18.
there have been a lot of Sundays where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go out around 11 or 12, honey. I'm gonna go play golf. I'll be back in
Yeah,
a
no.
little while.
Yeah, it's not good.
And then I'm rolling in at 5:30,
Right.
In the morning on Monday.
5:30 the next morning. Yeah. It's
Oh,
like
you didn't
know.
do this. You didn't do that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna get.
I had a
I'm gonna
long
get
list.
right to it.
Right.
Right on the couch.
right.
Yeah. No, I don't.
As soon as I sober up, honey, I'm going to get to that list of stuff. And then, oh, wow, look, it's 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. Oh, thanks for putting the kids to bed, honey. Right.
Sorry, I passed out on the couch.
Usually how it goes, right?
Right. That's exactly how it goes.
All right. So thinking about your own personal preference in cars, right? So as long as I've known you, you've had some cool cars, like cool BMW,
Yep.
right? If you had, I'm not going to say unlimited funds because that opens it up to a lot, but let's say you got $1.50, right? $1.25 to $1.50, right? 125,000, 150,000. What are you getting? I think
So-
I have an idea, but let's hear your personal preference.
So if I had any, I don't think I need that much, but in the 80 to, let's say 80 to 100 it's going to be a 2011 911 Turbo S. 6-speed.
Nice. 6-speed.
It's got to be proper.
Right.
So yeah, it's got to be proper. It's got to be a 6-speed. Any car. I've only all the ones that I purchased that I can
Have all been manual transmission?
Yes, they're only correct driven.
And now I feel like there's only going to be a handful of cars still made with manual transmissions going
I don't
forward,
know if there
right?
will be any.
Right.
Yeah, like you know what I mean, moving forward. Especially once I think that not I think. It's what happens is once the power gets to a certain number,
Right.
it becomes unreliable.
Right.
So that's why
Where
they're
you'd be
all
going through, you'd be going
everybody
through clutches or transmissions.
Yeah,
like
everybody
crazy, right?
uses twin discs, sequentials, all that, but they're all automatic and technically they're faster.
Right.
It's a faster car. So what is everybody doing? Trying to one up on somebody.
Right.
So that's why they're faster. But for me, I would definitely prefer proper 911. A buddy of mine that we're going to try to get on, I'm going to plug him, my Ferrari guy.
tease
He's
him out.
driving back from upstate New York in his GT3 that he's got. They just bought.
Which is
Gorgeous car.
which is pretty much as high as it goes in the Porsche,
It's an older
in the
one,
Porsche
yeah.
realm, right?
Yeah,
In
it's a
terms
9
of performance and
Correct.
right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
the GT2, there's GT3.
Yeah,
Right.
not the fastest one, but it's definitely the most sought out, trackable one. He's
Mm-hmm.
more of a road race guy, track guy. So it's definitely going to be the better version for him. So it's a beautiful car.
Mm-hmm.
It's a black one,
Nice.
6-speed also. So we're
Right.
gonna try to get him on. He works for Ferrari, but he's a 911 guy. That's so.
Are you allowed to say that? Is he gonna?
I think so.
Is
yeah.
he gonna? He's not gonna come on our show now.
No, he's coming on. He's a 911 guy. He loves 911s. That's what he does.
No,
But,
you're right though. Like even the the Hellcat Challenger, like only comes in the automatic.
Yeah, they
like,
only
so,
do.
And that's like 800 horsepower or something like
Yeah,
that.
the-
So
the Demon.
once you hit, you're right. Like once you hit
the
that
one up
point,
from the Hellcat, the Demon
the Demon,
is only
right. It's
automatic.
only available
They're
in
only all
automatic.
only.
right?
I think Porsche might be making a couple of GT cars that are 6-speed still or 7-speed. I don't know what they are, but yeah, that would be it. It's an old car. I like older cars.
Yeah,
I mean, I
that's-
like new cars. They're really nice, inside and all. But I'm an older guy, older car guy.
Is there something unique about the 2011 that sticks out to you? Like, was that a
That
body
would be
style
in my price
right?
range. Yeah, it's the
Okay,
prettier,
right.
It's the
Like, I
prettier
like to-
version,
right.
Yeah, so they like 996 is it's not as sought out and it's not as good looking as the one up. The 997 would be like a 2010, 11, 12, something like that. Right before the new ones came out, and I feel like some of those cars, the new ones, they're massive. You don't realize how big they are until you put, let's say, like a 2020 GT3, and then you put like a 2011 GT3. They're like two different cars. It's like two completely different size cars. So, but yeah, that would be it. That's the one. That's the one we're gonna
Nice,
get.
That's good. I never asked you that question, Brett.
I've never really thought about
I know
it.
you're going to mention like some 84 Corolla or
I was
something.
an
that
84
you and Sally
Corolla,
have this, like,
SR5. I want to get that one back in powder
77
blue.
Corolla.
77 Corolla.
I drove an M3 once.
Did you
That
really?
was really fun.
Oh,
That
what do
was
you drive?
And was it,
M3.
Oh yeah.
No, not now, but like years ago. Yeah.
was it a manual? It was a stick?
No, it was an
Some of
automatic.
those were automatics, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was shocking how responsive it was. Like
Right.
that was like, there's like no delay. You just
Right.
wherever you're hitting the gas, that's where
Hit
your
the
car
gas,
goes.
point it in a direction,
Yeah, it
and
was
that's where
it
you're
was
going.
Well, that was a.
crazy.
What year was it?
It was a very long time ago. It was like gosh, in the 90s probably.
Yeah, so it was probably like
Like the
late
E36 or
late
something.
90s.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, the new ones are twin disc. The new ones are pretty, proper like a racing gearbox. All of them are like those M3. All those M3s that are automatic. They have technically clutches inside. It's really cool stuff. So very expensive stuff when it breaks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But the M3, I feel like there's a buddy of mine that I used to work with. He had like that E36 M3. I think it was like a 93 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he started bringing it up to Lime Rock and taking
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Thunderbolt. He was like doing some of that with the local tracks. And like just he would tell me those cars were just like built for that.
Yeah.
Like the 911s too. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of Porsches that were there too. But
But the poor man's track car would be
right.
an E36.
right, there's you could pick one of pick one of those up and just bring it right to the track.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit more sought after now because they're getting older.
Right.
But before you could pick those up for like $7,000, $8,000.
Right.
And it didn't even have to be an M3 because they were like the same. Had the same.
Because then you could just put a few aftermarket parts on,
Yeah,
like an
just need
exhaust or an intake and stuff like that, or tune
suspension
it.
and
Right.
that's it, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
And you got yourself a really cool track car for under $10,000.
Yeah.
And the cars are bulletproof. You can beat the snot out of them.
Right.
So.
So wait, Brett, what was your? You didn't.
We didn't get to
I
Sally stepped on you.
I
with
know,
my,
I just-
No,
I drove an.
yes.
I drove
Threw
an
myself
M3.
all over it.
Brett's like, well, I have to say my favorite. I drove an M3. All right, Sally. We
I
get
want the
it.
same one.
We get it. Brett's like M3. Me too.
Yes. M3 ME. You know, Mustang, Shelbys have always been something that I've always liked, but I'm more practical. I don't even think about it as far as that kind of stuff.
Brett's like, I don't know, like Kia Sportage.
Like you know the what happened to Yugos?
Right, it was a
because
nice
that's
Yugo.
what I loved.
Right.
Those things were just amazing.
So I don't. Did anyone win Mega Millions? Because I played last
don't know.
night. Well, first of all, Giovanna came home for lunch yesterday, and she's like, "Do you have $10 because they're buying lottery tickets today?" And she goes, "I don't want to be the one person at work because they were all collecting money and playing at
Right.
work." So you never want to be that. That happened at Costco. Remember where?
Yep.
Like 20 or 30
Farmingdale.
people at Costco in
Or Melville
Farmingdale.
or whatever.
They won.
They won Mega Millions or Powerball.
Yep.
And it was like 200 million or 180 million or something
And
like
it was
that.
one person who didn't play. Am I remembering that correctly? Or
Yeah,
no?
I
that
re-
always happens.
Right?
Yeah.
You can
like,
plug that in
okay, you're
anywhere.
wasting your money, but like
Yep.
that's a $10 insurance
Exactly.
policy that you're not the one miserable.
Exactly.
You're already miserable enough that you're working, right?
Right.
And now,
Your buddies are
They're
punching
all-
out.
right.
They're punching it
Right.
like this. Fuck this. I don't care.
yeah,
Keep the money. I'm leaving.
yeah.
And there was a woman. You hear about the California woman the other day who had won 26 million on a lotto ticket. It hasn't been claimed for a year, and it was right at the date where you can claim it,
And then you lose it. Yeah.
and then you lose it. And it turns out she had washed it, like put it in her pants, washed it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So that story came out. Now they do have her. They obviously with Lotto, they know where you buy it. They know
Right.
when that number,
Oh, they
where,
got it.
when
Right,
and
they
where.
got
It didn't matter. They have her walking into the store on camera at that time, buying a Lotto ticket, but yet
They can't scan it at this point.
there's
to
nothing
say,
you can
"This
do.
is the ticket.
There's nothing you can do. There's no. It's not like everything's cash. It's not
Right.
like, oh, see, there's a credit card as my statement. I got it.
Right.
Nothing. So she's out.
That's
Out 26
awful.
million.
Crazy.
That's the worst story I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Thanks
that-
a lot,
Thanks a
Brett.
lot, Brett.
Yeah, that
Feel a
was-
little
that was
feel-good
bad.
Have a
story.
nice weekend, everyone.
Yeah.
So
Just think about
Way to
that.
end the show,
well,
buddy.
just to be happy that you're not her.
Yeah, I think she's dying of some terrible
we-
disease too. And I think
You
she
wanna
could
maybe
really,
get
she's-
to
she
the
just
car?
filed for
I know.
bankruptcy.
Well, what do you? What do
Well,
we
I
do?
said Shelby. A Mustang
Three-wheeler?
Shelby.
What do we
No,
do?
right.
We're doing
Yeah.
that.
Oh, nice.
They changed their mind, and then she had a car accident on the way there to pay
Yeah.
her money.
Yeah,
What else
so-
you got, Brett?
Yeah.
She drove
So-
off the
In a
road.
Yugo.
In the Yugo.
Yugo.
In the Yugo.
Yeah.
And God bless her. So.
So I still have my ticket in the car, and I didn't check, so I don't even know if someone's won. Maybe you could check and see. Actually, no,
What
I
was
don't,
it?
because now I'm still a possible winner. If you check and you tell me, then I can't dream.
When was it,
Tom
last night?
Galati.
Last night? Tom Galati,
Lotto winner.
Winner.
May.
winning?
How much is
See
it?
if the winning
You
ticket
did
was
win.
bought.
That's great.
Oh, that's
Oh.
phenomenal.
What were your numbers?
All right,
Do you
well,
know? It was a
do.
quick pick.
Right. Yeah, the numbers
do
were
laundry?
17.
17.
Was the winning ticket bought at the
Yes.
7-Eleven on Larkfield Road?
Larkfield Road. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
The
Correct.
owner's outside waiting for you with a balloon.
This is great.
And a giant check for 20.
And a
20
party horn
Why? 'Cause
too.
he's gonna get like $3 million or something
think-
like that. What does he get? 1% or something like that?
Yeah. I think it's.
Do you want us to go with you
No.
to help claim the?
How much
claim the
is
funds?
it?
They said after taxes, the Mega Millions last night was like 350 million
pretty
because
good.
it was
Whatever.
5 something. By the way, first of all, let me tell you what car I would buy.
I'm not getting up
Please,
for that.
please.
I
I'm
would,
still listening.
thank you,
I
thank you,
wouldn't,
Sally.
roll, I
welcome.
wouldn't roll out of bed for that much money.
So anyway, Sally, like I was telling you, so
$300 million.
I would. I've already got it figured out because if you win like $3 million, then it's like, well, this is going towards the college and this is paying off my sister. What- So you got that plan, right? If it's like $3 million.
I don't have any sisters.
All right, well,
But maybe you can buy one if you
did.
want.
Probably.
So that's an option.
So
Think
I feel
about
like,
it.
but then if it's stupid money, like take home 300 million after taxes,
Yeah,
right?
200 million maybe.
I just feel like I would love to go to a Lamborghini dealership and just walk in and be like, that one, and I'll be here tomorrow to pick it up. Or you know what? I just want it right now.
I'm
just
gonna
run
buy-
it through the
I'm
wash.
I'm gonna actually drive it through the window.
Right, right, and then.
You're gonna get me another
Right,
one.
Here's 17 grand to fix the window.
You're gonna
Whoopsie.
get me another one.
Sorry about that.
Right.
My bad. So I just would love
Me
to have it
another
be an
one, and
impulse
then-
purchase, right? Just like
That's
pick
how
up
I
the
would
phone
do
and be
it.
like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Giovanni, you're never gonna believe I just bought a Lamborghini," right? The same way if I said, "Hey, I just got a new, Explorer," she'd be like, "Well, why didn't you tell me? What color? I don't even know." So like, but if I said, "Honey, you're never gonna believe this. I just bought a new Lamborghini. It's bright yellow," right? So like that would be my fun impulse purchase. But getting back to the lottery for a minute. Why do you never hear about? Because the money is supposed to go to our school system, right?
You
Like,
know
is
the
it?
taxes
Is that
you
true?
That was like the story, right? Because now here it is. 500 and something million is the jackpot.
Correct.
They said after taxes, it's 300 million. So this is one thing. Let's say there's a winner tonight. Let's say it's not me. Yeah, right. 150 million roughly is going to taxes. 150 million dollars. Where's that money going?
Maybe it's like anything else, like school taxes. Where does it go?
Well,
Right. We don't want to
Oh,
get
so maybe
into
part
that.
of those
But-
taxes-
So wait a minute.
Tom
Whoa, whoa,
Logren, you
whoa.
watching?
Do we
Maybe
have
Tom-
part of those
time?
taxes
You wanna-
are.
right.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Here you go, schools.
So why do our taxes keep going up then? If New York State Lottery should be able to offset our school,
That's a great point.
right? So then just say, okay, that's going to keep it flat for the next however many years because
Because people keep winning, and sorry, we can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't. Sorry,
right?
schools.
They
Like
do it the
where
rest
does this
of them.
money go?
Guys, stop winning everything. All right.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
But-
maybe I'll run for governor against Cuomo.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And
then
I'm
you
gonna-
could figure out
and
what
then
it's
I'll
gonna
figure,
do.
and then
You'll see
and
where
I'll
it
start
goes.
squandering it
Right, you'll see where it
like he
goes.
did and
Yeah.
his predecessor and
All
his.
of a sudden, Tom's driving a Lamborghini. No one knows
It's
why.
going to be like a yacht. It won't be a Lamborghini you're
Right.
driving.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. I don't even know
Right.
it went to the schools.
I remember
I
that
didn't
was
know
like
that
that was
either.
the thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know where, we're ruining many people's lives by buying lottery tickets instead of food for their children and things like that. So, more depressing news.
Right.
No, but there's people that squander a lot of money on the lotto, and I thought the saving grace was that it was like going to our school system or something.
Going
Yeah,
back to my
that would make a lot
uplifting
of
lotto
sense.
story, they did say with that woman that money was
crashed.
going
Remember?
directly to, for real, was going to the schools. So there you go.
Yeah.
So now we've turned
Well,
a negative
thank God
into a
the
positive,
schools-
all right?
right.
So she's out 26 million, but guess what? Schools,
They got 26
you're welcome.
million. Yep.
You're welcome. So there you go. That's
All
where
right.
it goes.
Well, there you
so
have
you have
it.
to. So maybe it's when you win and don't claim it.
Well, we started.
So don't.
off-
If you win it, don't claim it so it can go to the schools.
go to the schools. Just donate it all to the schools.
Absolutely. Don't claim it. Wash it.
So
Wash your winning lotto tickets.
We
please.
were a little delayed tonight, so if you have anything more, like feel
We're
free to
going
go
till 8.
over.
we're going all night, baby. What time is the green room tonight?
Yeah, we're doing the green room at 7. So go like
Sorry,
it's
7:30
We'll go to
now.
6:59.
5-10
Yeah,
by
you
me.
guys could start at 7:30. Sorry, Don Sill.
Sure.
Sorry, Tony Walker.
Sorry.
Anyone else? Any other special guests
Who's
tonight?
hosting tonight?
Tony is?
Yeah, on the
To-
patio.
Really?
Look at
Oh, that's
that,
awesome.
little
I didn't know
outdoor.
that.
He's so excited. He
That's
found
so
out
cool.
Thursday.
I didn't know that.
He didn't
gonna,
either.
Is he going to do, like, obviously when
cool.
you're hosting, you're going to do some shtick.
He's gonna do.
Is he going to do,
well,
like,
that's just
start
it. They,
off with,
they
like, 3
asked
minutes?
him last week. How many? They said we'll need like a solid 12 minutes if you want to host. But we think you'd be really great at hosting. Do I do a good James?
Yeah.
I'm doing my James voice. So Tony said, absolutely not. I don't have anything
12
close
minutes
to
is-
12.
yeah.
He's just starting out,
Right.
So he's like, I've got a solid 7. So he's like, all right, well, let me know.
You know how many
And he's
guys
like,
have said that?
Totally fine. Solid
I
7.
got a solid
He's
7.
got a solid
I'm a
7,
solid
baby.
7.
So then Thursday,
See, there's a good
James'
clip for
assistant
YouTube, by the
came
way.
up and
That is a
said,
good clip.
hey, do you want to host Saturday? And he was like, what? So, yeah, he's all nervous back there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but he's really excited.
That's really
Very
cool. I'm
good.
happy for
Go
him.
get him.
So he's hosting the show at 7 to 8, live from the green room?
No, he's hosting the
Outdoors.
Oh, no,
the
but I didn't know
patio.
if that was like, okay.
No,
I didn't know if like, it was an 8:30
it's just
going to
be me and
something.
Don hanging out.
You and Don.
Yeah.
Love me some Don and Sally. Mm-hmm. So that's good. The other thing I wanted to mention is, I think we mentioned this on the last show, but if you want to reach out to us, you want to be a guest on the show, you want to be a sponsor, carsandcomedyshow@gmail.com is the way you reach Brett and I. You could also reach us on Facebook and Instagram.
I don't know. Did you make the Instagram
No, I
page
didn't make
yet?
the Instagram
All right, so
page
just
yet.
Facebook. Search
So
Cruising
just
the
Facebook.
Pike. Cruising the Pike. Cruising the Pike.
Right.
And it'll pop up.
It'll
on
pop
Facebook.
up on Facebook. So
Like,
you can email
follow.
us. And also, not just our show, but if you're listening and you want to sponsor, so here we're talking about King O'Rourke, an awesome dealership right in our backyard. But if there's anyone not just in the car business for our show, but anyone that wants to host or sponsor a show, please reach out to us as well, and we can put you in touch with all the right information. Right, Sally?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, and so there's opportunities for all of our shows. I think we were running through the details the other day, and I think we're up to like 15 or 16 shows right now. So many cool,
More to come too.
so many cool shows. Some
We're
are on the
starting a
horizon.
music show this coming Monday called Flip Tracks, and it's Tom Sam Filippo. He's a guitarist for a tribute Grateful Dead band, but he plays everything. Like, he's one of those people that you'll say, "Oh, can you play this?" And he'll go,
Yep.
"No,"
Right.
and then he'll think for a second and then just start playing it like he practiced it for a year and a half.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
it's crazy.
Was that Goomba Johnny?
It sure was, right?
Yeah, that was Goomba Johnny. So this was the cool thing about being right across from the
Really?
green room at at Gov's Comedy Club in Levittown. Goomba Johnny. No, we're on. We're getting ready to wrap up, though, Tony. We were just talking about you hosting tonight.
Oh yeah, you have nothing better to talk about.
No, we ran out of all the good stuff, so we figured we'd talk about you.
We started a little late, so they're
Yeah. Right.
they're going a little more.
Yeah. So is Rodia playing tonight too?
He is.
Oh,
He's
cool, 'cause
doing
I
a
knew
couple
he was
of
doing
shows.
Friday night, but I didn't know he was doing tonight too.
He's whoring the whole weekend. He's
a
doing,
whore.
Friday a couple of shows, Saturday a couple of shows. I think he's doing Sunday a couple of shows.
That's awesome. I know I saw Friday as for a fact, but I didn't know he was actually playing tonight. And I figured if Goomba Johnny was here, then
Yeah,
Rodia
that's
was
why.
probably not too far behind. So
Yep.
that's cool. Very funny guy. And again, thinking about sponsoring or advertising on the network, you look at all the great talent here. A lot of great new budding talent, but there's a lot of really great people who have done a lot and do sell out on a regular basis. So there's a lot of really great talent here at the station. So please reach out if you're interested in getting involved. But do you have anything else? Maybe just give out the number one more time for Personal Touch.
Absolutely. So if you want to get a free car wash right now, you can text Elwood, ELWOOD, to 844-518-0909, 844-518-0909, and you get the first 5 people to text Elwood to that number, get a free car wash from Personal Touch Car Wash, East Northport, 1977 East Jericho Turnpike, and in Bohemia, 1261 Lakeland Avenue. ElwoodCarWash.com. Personal Touch Car Wash, where a dirty car
Is a dirty shame. They just detailed Giovanna's Explorer. And you know what's great about that is that doing it this time of year is hard. I wanted to wait for the summer to be winter to be over, get all the salt and shit like that. But, literally the next day it was covered in pollen. It was black and green. But the way, they do such a good job, and, they did a nice coat of wax on it after they buffed out and got all the water spots and everything. Next day, it just rinsed it off with the hose. Didn't even have to dry it. It just beaded right off, and it was
Great.
bright and shiny. So,
That's what you need.
Beautiful.
yep. So they do a great job, and call them. They're awesome sponsors and awesome people, too. The other thing I wanted to plug is the Michael Magro Foundation Car Show is coming up August 9th at the old Sears parking lot in Hicksville. So that's the show that I chair with Larry Ruisi and Terry Magro. So there'll be some information on our page about that, too, if you want to get involved. I was thinking about maybe even doing a live show from the car show.
Okay.
If that's possible, we could talk about that. It's a Monday night, Sears and Hicksville right down the road.
Okay.
It might be cool to maybe do a live show
Sure.
that night. All right, we'll talk about it. But you have anything else, Brett?
I don't.
You
Wrap
have
it up.
You have anything else to plug?
I'm good.
Your wife
I
doing any
appreciate
other,
it.
selling anything else?
More clothes?
No,
She got a
no.
shoe line now? What does she got
No,
going
we're
on?
good. We're good. I think
right.
we're good.
All right, great. Well, thank you, Sally. Thank you, everyone. Thank